Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Dispatch, a narrative-driven game where you're trying to live your best story only to get interrupted every few minutes because, surprise, the city is on fire again and you're the one who has to send heroes to fix it. Luckily, you've got a whole roster of capable heroes at your fingertips and they'll come and go depending on the choices you make. Their stats shape how well they handle each crisis, so paying attention to who's good at what can save you a lot of stress. Now, the emergencies themselves aren't too hard to manage since your hero's stats are pretty flexible, but here's the twist. Each hero also has unique abilities that make them shine in different situations. That's why it's not just about boosting random numbers, it's about actually understanding your team and building them in a way that plays to their strengths. So in this video, we're breaking down how to get the most out of your heroes and how to keep your city from collapsing while trying to enjoy your own adventure. Let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking heroes in Dispatch. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Phenomaman and Waterboy. You know that moment when you're playing Dispatch and you realize some heroes are like fine wine, they get better with a little patience and care? Well, welcome to the B tier club, where things start a bit shaky but can totally turn into secret weapons if you know how to handle them. Let's dive in and talk about two heroes who perfectly capture this vibe, Phenomaman and Waterboy. First up, Phenomaman. This guy is a wild card, literally and figuratively. He comes in with some of the best starting stats in the entire game. Strong in combat, decent mobility, solid vigor, but not so much in intellect or charisma. And he can fly. Yes, you heard that right, flight sick. He's fast, flashy, and ready to hit the field quickly, thanks to his short rest times. But here's the kicker, he's got a gambling mechanic. If things go wrong or if you miss a call, he gets depressed, and a depressed Phenomaman means a long downtime before he can return to action. So basically he's amazing as long as you're playing well, but step on a banana peel and he's out for a bit. Now, there's a way to upgrade him and remove this risky gambling feature. Sounds tempting, right? The catch is, you lose some of his super cool flight ability and his short rest time, which means he blends in with the crowd instead of standing out. It's a classic, do you want flashy risk or steady reliability? Dilemma, and honestly, it makes for some hilarious tension when you're deciding who goes on which call. Moving on to Waterboy, and let's be honest, he does not make a grand entrance. His initial stats are, well, let's say they are polite. Low in combat, intellect, charisma, mobility, and vigor. Basically, he's the guy who shows up to the party with a bag of chips and hopes to contribute. But here's where it gets interesting. He is extremely versatile once you start leveling him up. He can heal teammates and adapt to whatever your team is missing. Think of him as the duct tape of your hero roster. Flexible, underrated, and surprisingly effective once you give him a chance. His real magic comes from his ability to amplify the bonus of the highest overall stat on a mission. This means he can tip the scales in tough calls, making the impossible suddenly possible. He's not flashy like Phenomaman, but he's the steady hand you'll thank later when chaos hits. Waterboy is perfect as a secondary or tertiary hero. You bring him along to shore up weaknesses, and before you know it, he's quietly saving the day. So yeah, both these B-tier heroes start off rough around the edges, but they are designed that way for a reason. Phenomaman rewards you for being on a roll and punishes mistakes in a dramatic fashion, while Waterboy grows into a reliable support hero that balances out your team's needs. If you're willing to experiment and invest a little time, both of them can become crucial parts of your dispatch strategy. And honestly, isn't it just more fun when your heroes have a little personality and maybe a little chaos? The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Sonar, Malevola, and Golem. Ever notice how some heroes feel like they're hiding secrets, just waiting for you to figure them out? That's exactly the vibe of the A tier in Dispatch. Heroes that aren't flashy S tier legends all the time, but once you understand them, they basically carry the mission in subtle, sneaky ways. Let's start with Sonar. Sonar is a bit of a shapeshifter. Literally, he has two forms, which basically makes him two different heroes in one. The catch? You don't get to pick when he transforms. It's like having a mood swing in the middle of a mission. Fun, a little chaotic, but incredibly useful if you play it right. Sometimes he can even fly, depending on the form, which adds a nice speed bonus to your operations. One of the coolest things about Sonar is his ability to reattempt failed calls. Miss a mission? No big deal. He's got your back. And if you pair him with a non-flying teammate while he's in bat form, he can carry them along, making your missions faster and more efficient. His intellect is also higher than most starters, which is great for problem solving and adds another layer of versatility. Moving on to Malevola, the quintessential all-rounder. Her stats aren't going to blow you away at first glance, but that's the beauty of her. She can adapt to whatever your team is missing. You can mold her into a hero that fills the gaps in combat, mobility, or whatever your roster needs at the moment. She's basically the Swiss Army knife of heroes. The icing on the cake with Malevola is her healing ability. She can restore health to teammates on calls, which is especially helpful when your group is still getting its footing. Once your other heroes start getting stronger and fail less, the healing might not be crucial, but in those early to mid-game missions, she is invaluable. Now let's talk about Golem, the solid, dependable powerhouse. His starting combat and vigor stats make him great for solo missions, but he's not limited to brute strength. You can upgrade him in a variety of ways, turning him into a flexible all-rounder if you need it. He's one of those heroes that quietly gets the job done without stealing the spotlight. Here's a fun trick with Golem. There's an ability that makes him stronger if he's the only one on a mission while other slots remain empty. It's like having your cake and eating it too. You get a solo mission hero who can thrive without taking your whole team away from other tasks. Perfect for multitasking dispatches. A nice thread tying all three together is adaptability. Sonar, Malevola, and Golem aren't the flashiest heroes you'll see, but they are flexible in ways that let you optimize missions creatively. Sonar's dual forms, Malevola's healing and versatility, and Golem's solo potential give your team strategic depth that's easy to overlook at first glance. So, if you're looking to spice up your dispatch strategy without going full S-tier reliance, these three are your secret weapons. They require a bit of thinking, a touch of care, and maybe some trial and error, but the payoff is totally worth it. Plus, watching Sonar swoop in with a teammate on his back, that never gets old. The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Flambe, Coupe, Punch Up, Prism, and Invisible. You ever feel like some heroes just make everything look easy? That's exactly what S tier is all about in Dispatch. These are the characters that make you feel unstoppable, the ones that practically carry your missions if you know how to use them. Let's break down why these heroes are absolutely game-changing. First up, Flambe. This guy is a combat machine from the get-go. With flight, he's not just moving fast, he's literally soaring across the map. But the real kicker? Every time he succeeds on a mission, his stats get a boost, meaning a streak of wins just keeps snowballing into more wins. It's like watching a snowball turn into an avalanche, except he's on fire. Then we've got Coupe, the other airborne superstar. High movement plus flight means she can reach missions faster than almost anyone else, and her ability to reattempt failed calls, that's like having a cheat code for success rates. Miss a mission? No problem. She gets a do-over, which is huge when timing is everything. Both Flambe and Coupe show why flying characters are so dominant. They access missions others can't and travel across the map at lightning speed. That mobility alone gives you a strategic advantage, and when you pair it with their unique abilities, you've basically got the dream team for early, mid, and late game calls. Next up is Punch Up, and honestly, this guy is a tank disguised as a hero. He cannot be downed, which means he's perfect for those shaky calls where the odds are against you, and it gets even crazier. One of his abilities actually makes him stronger when injured, so failing a call doesn't punish you, it might even make him better for the next one. It's basically, the more you hurt him, the tougher he gets. Punch Up's combination of combat and raw durability makes him ideal for any mission where failure isn't an option. He's not flashy like Flambe or Coupe, but in terms of reliability, he's a beast. Plus, the name alone makes him feel like he's ready to punch problems out of existence. Moving on to Prism, who is basically a tactical genius. Her high charisma right out of the gate makes her perfect for social calls, but the real magic is her ability to duplicate other characters. With the right upgrades, she can create copies that mirror stats of heroes with her on the mission. That's double the firepower, double the utility, and double the chaos for anyone who stands in your way. Prism shines in tricky situations where your main team is occupied. You can send her on a side mission, duplicate a hero, and suddenly you're hitting double stats without pulling your main squad away. It's like having an instant clone army, but cute and with style. Then there's Invisible, the well-rounded speedster. On paper, her stats are balanced, but her strength lies in solo missions. She moves quickly across the map, tackles tasks efficiently, and frees up your heavy hitters for the big stuff. She's the perfect go-solve minor issues fast character, making her deceptively powerful Invisible's mobility, combined with her all-rounder stats, means she's a safe pick for almost any mission. You don't have to micromanage her like some of the riskier heroes, she just gets the job done, and sometimes that's exactly what you need when the pressure is on. Back to Flambe and Coupe for a moment. There's something satisfying about flying characters in this game. They don't just move faster, they bring a layer of tactical flexibility you can't get with grounded heroes. Airborne missions, shortcuts across the map, fast response times, it all adds up to a huge edge. And it's not just travel speed, it's how their abilities interact with gameplay. Flambe improves with each success, Coupe gets retries on failures. They're both built to keep your streak alive. You want them in critical missions because they almost guarantee momentum. Punch Up, on the other hand, flips the script. Instead of streak bonuses, he thrives when things go wrong. Can't be downed and better when injured. That's a game changer for the high-risk calls. He's like the insurance policy you didn't know you needed. Until things go sideways, Prism's utility makes her almost like a support hero, but also a multiplier. Copying a strong teammate can turn an average mission into a guaranteed one, and the fact that her charisma is already high means she can handle social scenarios without breaking a sweat. She's basically the glue that keeps tricky missions together. Invisible might not steal the spotlight, but her efficiency ensures that your heavy hitters aren't bogged down by minor calls. She's the unsung hero who keeps the engine running smoothly, letting your star players shine where it counts. Put them all together, and S tier in Dispatch is about mastery, speed, and flexibility. Flambe and Coupe dominate the skies. Punch Up thrives in chaos. Prism doubles down on heroes, and Invisible keeps things running efficiently. Each hero excels in a different way, making them indispensable for any serious Dispatch player. At the end of the day, S tier isn't just about power, it's about giving you options, control, and that sweet, satisfying feeling when your heroes absolutely crush it. These are the characters you rely on when the stakes are high and failure is not an option. If you want to dominate Dispatch, learning how to leverage these 5 is the first step to becoming unstoppable. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.